big Fortune 100 companies which are testing this out on tens of thousands of servers right now. So far, they have not come up with any bottlenecks because all the components which I showed you in the green slide are all entirely horizontally scalable. So the bottleneck would come down to a database, but that can also be mitigated by having a set of Redis services or memcached. So essentially, I have not come across any logical bottlenecks yet, but the only good metric which I have received is around 2,000 events per minute. I'll be more than happy if I could get volunteers to test it on a larger scale, but so far I have been tested on 2,000 metrics per minute and that has not caused any problems. And that was on a very, very, very commodity hardware. All right, any other questions? Sorry? Lunchtime, yay. All right, thank you guys.
So in each area of our operations, we do a thought leadership program. So we have a thought leadership program in Agile. We have thought leadership program in cloud, analytics, big data, on various emerging topics. Now, what is the thought leadership program? It's a free of cost initiative by Unicom, where we select the enthusiastic folks amongst the industry and share a plan by which they can become a thought leader in about 3 years' time if they want to do it lightly, and in about 1 year time if they want to fast track. So we did an assessment comparing thought leader with others. So who are the thought leaders? So according to us, a thought leader is somebody who is known in the industry, who does for the community. So not only is he known in their area of operation in their organization, but also in the industry. So to become a thought leader, there are certain things that are needed. So how many of you want to be a thought leader? In any area of your choice. So if you are a manager, thought leader in management. So our initiative is for enthusiastic folks. So if you are a manager, do you want to be remembered as the top 5 managers in India or top 5 leaders in India? Top 5 Devops enthusiasts in India. So the whole idea came because when we talk about any of these emerging concepts and we try to find out who are the thought leaders in India, we get very few names. The reason is that while we are experts in our own office, in our own cabin, we are not doing enough, we are not sharing the knowledge with the community. Once you share the knowledge with the community, you form a network, and then you start addressing their concern, you share the knowledge, you help others also to resolve the issues, and that's when you start getting respect. That's when you emerge as a thought leader. Slowly you start sharing that knowledge via blogs, and then you, over a period of time, when you have written about 100 blogs, that's the time when you can combine all and your book is ready. That's it. So what we have realized is it is 75 hours of knowledge that separates a practitioner from a thought leader, just 75 hours. What most of the practitioners do is they try to learn a lot of things in that area. So a thought leader is somebody who knows everything in that area and knows one thing which nobody else knows. So you pick one area which is emerging so that you do not have to learn a lot because it's emerging, so not much of knowledge exists. And then you learn everything about it. And then you implement it into your organization and do one thing which nobody else have done and write about it. And you are a thought leader. It sounds simple. So it's only 75 hours. So what we tell to the practitioners is that you have to just watch 5 bad movies less a year. So you are spending 75 hours in doing that to just watch 5 bad movies. You have to work for half an hour per week on one focus area. So what Unicom does is we provide a direction. So we have 18 platforms which can be used. Like you can organize a webinar, you can organize a meetup, you can come and speak at forums like this, you can do a lightning talk, you can do a survey, you can interact with the speakers, you can make mentors, so there are various opportunities available. And in 1 or 2 years' time, if you are enthusiastic, if you are self-driven, if you want to, and let me tell you one thing, like every other thing that happens with human being, if you get external recognition, you're bound to get internal recognition. So if somebody outside your company appreciates you and thank you, may not your customer, anybody else, that's when, even internally people start appreciating you. So external recognition is the key to get maximum internal recognition. So why not use it? So this thought leader program is what we do. So we have one of our thought leader who is speaking today. She is Meghna. She works in Siemens. I would like to just ask her to come here. She joined the Agile Thought Leader group, which we have. And she is speaking today. Of course, she will speak today. So we would just like to felicitate her with Thought Leader Memento, which we have, and share her experience, what she has done so far, whatever little she has done. Yes. Thanks, Meghna.
Thanks a lot.
So you can just introduce your...
Yeah, sure. My name is Meghna. I have been working with Siemens for the last 9 years, and it was a really pleasant surprise in one way. Although in the Siemens world, I had a lot of contributions towards agile and lean, but it was an honor as well to be associated with Unicom. Uh, the reason why I have a high regard for them is basically they always are upfront in terms of the latest emerging trends and emerging technologies is the term Nitesh uses, and I really find it very catchy and motivating. And so it's, as I mentioned, it's an honor to be here, and I've started with a few baby steps in this. Long steps, giant leap, dinosaur steps or something. Okay, so I hope a small step for me is, probably something similar to, okay, moon is already ventured, so Mars maybe. But coming back, so it's really exciting, and what has been started so far in terms of, in course of the thought leadership program is, of course, from the awareness perspective. So what I'm looking at is also uh, networking more with people at events like this. Whatever I can share as a part of my experiences as a lean coach in Siemens. And the other aspect is also about, as Nitesh mentioned, a lot of blogging. Of course, I'm quite enthusiastic about it in the Siemens world, so it's now time for me to bring it slowly outside and share with all of you probably. And then eventually there are other things which are planned, for example, the webinars and other stuff. And of course, one day I dream of writing my own book. I don't know which day it will be, but definitely it's something which I'm passionate about and aiming towards. So once again, I thank Nitesh and thank Unicom for giving me this opportunity, and I'm sure it will be a great thing working together.
Thanks. Thanks, Meghna. By the way, your next book is getting launched next year, same day, at the Devops Summit. So in 1 year, she's doing fantastic. So to launch a book, you have to write 100 blogs, culminate it, and write a blog in the same theme. Your day-to-day experience, whatever you learn online or from the conference, just write it in a blog. And that itself is a repository for a good introductory session on DevOps. So great. We look forward to your talk, Meghna, later today. So we have time. We have just reached time for a panel discussion. So would like to invite them. So I'm happy to have Vittal, who did the keynote, to moderate the panel. So Vittal, can we have you on stage, please? He's a global DevOps lead at CSC. Right. So we have Mr. Mikolaj Koshikovsky, senior engineer from Target Technology Services. Hope I pronounce your name correctly. Mike. Right. Mr. Amaresh Siva. Right. And do we have Raj Stanley here? Yes. So Mr. Raj Stanley, we are swapping Prasanna for CTO. So Raj is Head of Technology Operations and Knowledge Management at Huawei Technologies. He'll, of course, be giving a talk immediately after panel discussion on his journey of continuous delivery and DevOps at Huawei. So we can have all of them. And Vittal is going to be, so I'll request gentlemen to take the seats, please. Yes, Vittal. And Vittal is going to moderate. Just a request, the way we do the panel discussion is initially the panel members would share their thoughts, and we would like the participation from the audience. We have had speakers, so feel free to pitch in your knowledge, your experience as well. Over to you, Vittal.
Sure. Having an opportunity to talk to you. I'll keep it brief and very objective. So we have had our day of introductions and everything. So I'll keep it to the topic. DevOps, who needs it, why and how? That's the discussion. DevOps, who needs it? Everybody. Anybody worth the name in the IT ecosystem. Starting from the guy, not just the developer. Quite often people mistake developers the starting guy. Starting from the guy who recruits them. to the guy, all the way up to the guy who releases and goes to the market to sell it, it's relevant for everyone. It impacts everybody. That's for who? Why? Because we have seen all through the day the benefits of it. By now we have gone lot behind, ahead.